Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
Money.
Let's get to the
Money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in your ass screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty K of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scared money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-pop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies. Oh my god, I thought my computer just shut down on me, and I was like, no. But it didn't. Welcome to the best MLB prop show on God's green earth. I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets, and it's Friday. No, it's Tuesday. Wish it was Friday. But we have Ribeyes with Mike, guys, to hold you over on your hitting props as well as the pitchers I'm going to talk about. So enough small talk. Let's get to the monies. On this show, guys, we will talk the opening lines of pitching props as well as the closing K-prop line 30 minutes prior to this show going live. So do me a favor, if you like what you're hearing, smash that like button. And if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button as well. We're going to touch on a few different people today, get in deep on a couple, but we're going to touch on like 7 different pitchers today. Lately, we just do 5, but we're going to touch on a little bit about Zach Wheeler as we starting to have lineups come out, and that's going to have a lot to do with what we have to talk about. And cool, there are the fucks that I knew were going to be back today. All right, let's talk us a little bit of baseball, guys. First guy on the board is going to be Bobby Miller at the Phillies. Striking people out this year just 23% of the time while walking people at an absurd 14% clip. Morning line was 4.5 on FanDuel, minus 148, or it was 5.5 at plus money everywhere else, where the best line available now is 4.5, minus 122 on FanDuel, and everywhere is at a 4.5, just juiced or whatnot, but best line on FanDuel. Pitching outs, 15.5, minus 165, juice to the under, whereas earned runs are at 2.5, minus 135, juice to the over. The lineup is out. I believe it's the old school lineup. Let me make sure. But we got 5 lefties, 4 righties, and that's not a bad thing if you're looking at a Bobby Miller K-prop. Now, there may be a few other bad things, but they haven't popped out that lineup yet. But just wanted to make sure it was 5 lefties, but who cares? We'll get to it when it gets to it. Bobby Miller, guys, gets the Phillies, who I would say let's go look at the numbers, but the Phillies are expecting Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper back today, and the lineup just came out. And so can we really take away from anything in their numbers, which they were striking out, which was why Bobby Miller was at a 5.5. But you can't take anything away from that, guys, when Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper were not in the lineup. 2 of their top 3 home run and RBI guys just weren't there. That's baseball, fellas. And now we have the killer Bobby Miller struggling as well, as he's had 3 games coming off the IL and only went past 5 innings one time. Walked 3 guys in every game with giving up 3 runs or more in 2 of the 3. To the point, guys, that the Dodgers decided to give him 2 days of extra rest going into this game. And I'm going to tell you guys, even with Harper and Schwarber back and Miller struggling, that I think it's a get right spot for my boy, for my kid in blue, Bobby Miller. as we are in Philly, guys, where we can look to back a ground ball pitcher. And this year, in just 6 games, he is 6% better than league average. But when it comes to ground ball percentage in his career, he's still 4% better than league average. And when you look at his pitch mix, you see why. Four seam guys with tons of movement, a sinker, a changeup, both ground ball freaking pitches. Now he does throw a slider and a curve, but with 5 lefties projected, he's going to use his nastiest pitch versus them, and that's the changeup, guys. When it comes to his whiff and his spin rate and what he does with that pitch, that's his put away pitch, guys. So with 5 lefties in the lineup, granted, Stott and Baum being 2 of them, you're probably not getting those 2. But you can get Schwarber, you can get Harper, and you can get a couple of these other guys if you're looking at that K prop. Now, I would be looking at this, guys, and be like, should I be worried about this man right now? Then I read the reports and I'm looking and I'm like, well, if he does anything wrong, he's gonna walk people. Well, the Philadelphia Phillies are not fucking walking, guys. They're 2.5% lower than league average. Even if you add in freaking Bryce Harper and Schwarber, they're still what, 8%, which is close to league average. So if the bugaboo isn't there, which is you're not going to be patient and you're going to help out Bobby Miller and he's a ground ball pitcher, you're going to swing at pitches where he wants you to hit and you're going to hit ground balls. This should be one of those days where he goes out there and gives the Dodgers a quality start, guys, goes 6 innings and gives up 3 earned runs or less. Now, are the strikeouts going to be there? I don't know. I don't want to bet the strikeouts. What I am on, though, is Bobby Miller's outs over 15.5 at plus 130, as actually Bovada had these out last night, and DraftKings was at plus 120, and I go over to Bovada. I'm like, oh, you guys want to give me more money, eh? So it's plus money right now everywhere you look, at least plus 120 everywhere. So I'm on that, guys. I think it's a get-right spot for Bobby Miller. Both Schwarber and Harper are back. Both didn't have rehab assignments. 10 days off baseball for anybody, guys, is tough, guys. The hardest thing to do in life is hit, in any sport, not in life, in sports, is hit a baseball. So is what it is, guys. I think this is a get-right spot for Bobby Miller, and I'm going to get in and get in where I fit in on the plus money. And just to touch on Wheeler, guys, real quick. Since JT Realmuto has gone to the IL, he is 2-4 to the over on his K props. And his Ks are actually higher with Marchand behind the plate than Stubbs. They were projecting Stubbs, and now we got Marchand behind the dish. So if you are looking at Wheeler's K prop over, that's a big deal, guys. This is 2 games where he did go over were with Marchand behind it. And 2 of the 3 games with Stubbs catching him, he got pounded into oblivion. So I personally am not looking to run a K prop with Wheeler. He throws too much fastballs. It's just like consistently 70%, whether it's 4-seam, 2-seam, sinker, whatever you want to call it. And can he hit 6.5? That was a high number, man, but it's high for a reason. And they know the Dodgers don't strike out. Let's check out what his number still is. Yeah, 6.5, guys, which tells you that bottom half of the Dodgers lineup sucks. Now, if Ottman's in, if Taylor's in, if we got dudes like that back there, that can be a problem. It can easily count up your strikeouts towards the over. But as crazy as this sounds, it's either under or nothing. And I don't think I'm going to bet Zach Wheeler under, but I don't think he gets 7, but the books are laughing at me right now with that number right there. Like, there shouldn't be juice onto a 6.5 versus the Dodgers. And the books seem to be plenty content with nobody saying over. And money's coming in on the under. That means if no one's out there betting the over, and what's happening right now, guys, it's the line's staying the same. So that right there tells me Wheeler might actually come out and smack today. And that's enough to keep me off of what I thought was going to be an underplay. But that was with if Stubbs caught him. Now with Marchand catching him, it was an easy stay off. But just in the line alone at 6.5 with some juice on it to the over, tells me no one's betting his over and they're content with the under money, guys. So careful if you're looking to drop the bank load on Zach Wheeler under today. Well, guys, we're going to get to that part of the show where we get to talk us a little bit of hitting props. And it's not just any hitting prop segment, guys. This right here is Ribeye's with Mike, The Last Megalodon Living. They got a YouTube series coming out on The Last Megalodon, and it's all about this dude right here, fellas.
Megalodon, the size of really 2 school buses. Are they extinct? Are they extinct?
That's the big question.
What's the new evidence now? A satellite photo near Sao Paulo. When you compare them next to the first photo, I'd say that's a 70-foot shark.
Oh, what in the hell is going on around here?
Oh, boy.
Hey, your voice was there, bro. You just picture wasn't. My little baby picture wasn't. What's up, my bro? How you been?
It was really great until about 2 seconds ago, and I saw France just punched in a goal on Spain out there, now taking it to them as well. I was not expecting an early goal in the first 8.5 minutes there. Nice header. Mbappe fires it across the middle.
Fucking Mbappe, man. So it's 1-0 right now or worse?
Right off the gate, 1-0 here. I mean, 8.5 minutes into this game, 1-0.
I may have threw away $20 on like a 10-leg parlay with the draw first half.
I may have overcooked the goose on this one, but hey, we're going to get this money back when it comes to baseball. We're here to talk about the diamonds, not the pitch. But I do like hearing about them pitchers that you're talking about here, and looking forward to it, man. We got some work to do. It's hot. It's summertime. And the theme of the day for me is hot now. It's hot, and the wind is blowing out almost at every single stadium across baseball here that I'd looked at from a hitting spot. So let's get to work, my guy.
Let's get to it, bro. You've been here long enough that you know what to do. You're going to start firing.
Just let myself in. I'll make myself a cocktail here. We'll have some dinner, and I'll do the dishes
before you go, because I knew you were clocking in, but Marchand is catching him today. But when Stubbs has caught Wheeler, 2 of his 3 games, he's given up 4 more runs or more. So it's something I'm looking to fade him when Stubbs is behind the dish.
I'm a little concerned about Philly today and the spot with the Dodgers. You know,
I can't wait to back Philly tomorrow. Sanchez at home. Oh,
of course you have to. Well, let's talk about that game. We're looking at Philadelphia. I like this Dodgers spot. Just think it's a good opportunity, and it's a great price point to look at this LA Dodgers team to get on the road, move out here to Philly. It's a big battle for the NL. So, you know, stakes will be high. It's right up to this all-star break situation, and everyone's going to want to play aggressive. The Phillies coming in at minus 140 and not looking their great. You know, some of these teams start these the week before the all-star break. They get fired up. They start to, if they're sucking, they figure out a way to finish strong to make some ground up. And if they're killing it, they start to let go of the straps a little bit and allow some other teams like the Dodgers to catch up in this spot. But here's a guy that I just think is in a spot where he's got success against Bobby Miller. He saw him twice. He hit him both times. He's comfortable with the spin and the rotation. He's the lefty. It's Bryson Stott in this game here. Not his finest performance in what he's been doing, you know, as of late. You look across the board, you look across the slate, and you see that, look, he's only gotten 2 RBIs in his last 10 games, but they're jockeying this order around again for this Phillies lineup, at least projected, and they got him kind of buried down there in the 6th, but
they're out now. Schwarber and Harper are back, so they're out. The lineup's out.
I still show projected.
No, it popped up on my phone. It is definitely out. Marchand's catching. That's how I know.
Okay. I think Stott's a guy, though. Look at this. You know, where they got him in the 6th spot. I'm still showing projected, but the lefty factor.
Got him in the 5 hole. Even better for you.
Really? Even better. Sir. Look at that. Breaking and collabing as we look at getting this news out to you guys. The people.
Goes Baum, Harper, Turner, Schwarber right in front of him.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, see, my projection didn't even have Harper in there yet. So
yeah, see, I knew they were coming, bro. I knew they were today. I looked them both up. They both were projected back today. I said, oh yeah, they're not going to rehab. This is a perfect spot to pick on them.
Yeah, I thought, you know, in this plus 185 spot for Stott, priced simply because he's not been performing, but with the added bats back in the lineup, all that means is we got more guys on base, more ducks on the pond, more opportunities to send them boys home. And if he gets moved up to the 5 spot, I was a little apprehensive with that plus 185 because I thought down in the 6, what happens late in this game? But I expect the Phillies to be down, and they're going to need everything they can get. They're going to need that opportunity with here's a guy that's going to get that bottom of the 9th inning opportunities, and at plus 185 for me. Bryson Stott's going to open up the card. I like the lefty matchup out there against the righty. You know, Bobby Miller, say what you will. I mean, he's consistent. 264 BAA on righties, 268 on lefties, OPS righties 0.8, OPS lefties 0.9, so a slight advantage. And they stacked up the lefties in this box. So
Hey, what I like to say though too is CLV doesn't feed our children, but this man beat it by 20 cents on every book, which is it's plus 165, and it's plus 135 on FanDuel right now. So I mean, FanDuel they don't want the smoke. They're saying stay away from us. Go bet this shit somewhere fucking else. Because if somebody gets an RBI today, it's probably gonna be Bryson Stott, as they do have their top 4 up. And you know, as I said, talking about Bobby Miller's outs and on the overs, he has been struggling.
I can't believe that line's moved that much. I see a plus 165 at BetMGM now.
That's why I said 165.
Woo!
But you got 85, but still, it is what it is, bro. It's nice when we beat Lions.
You know, that's the spot where you know, somebody was talking the other day and they were like, you know, just be careful, you know, that your book refunds you if he doesn't play. And I was like, if your book doesn't refund you when he doesn't play, get a new fucking book because you're missing the boat. How are you going to get penalized because the guy doesn't go out there? I did that with Colorado. I haven't seen the Colorado lineup. Have you seen anything going on out there with Colorado Rockies?
Yeah, Colorado's lineup has definitely been out. They were one of the first to come out. So we've got no Blackman, which is
that's the guy I was looking for. That's the guy I was looking for.
They have a B-rated lineup on the worst team in baseball.
Damn, that's the guy I wanted to get. I looked at his numbers earlier, plus 285. So that will be coming back, but I thought that was a spot, specifically looking against this Reds team in the hitter-friendly ballpark that it is. There's another guy that I was looking at in this order. I haven't seen him come out on the props yet, so maybe this will be something that'll change because we've got the lineups out there now. What do you see with who's the guy that I was looking at there? Who's the guy that I can't find it offhand? I didn't see him in the lineup. Anyways, let's keep rolling. Let's move
on. The
on.
Rockies, your boy from the Rockies, McMahon?
No, I was looking at the Reds. I was trying to go to
De La Cruz, India, Steer, Fairchild. I'm just naming them off my head because I pick on these bums.
Edwin Rios. Do you see him in the lineup?
That's my old Dodger, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I know who he is. I didn't
see
they haven't put their lineup out yet.
Yeah. Gets the recall just 3 days ago from Louisville. They need some of these bats now. They got two things they got to deal with. One, they performed well above the capacity, but starting to regress a little bit. Two, they got to deal with some of this rotation with these bats because they have kind of gone out there and gassed these guys out there. We've seen Stevenson, De La Cruz, Steer, inconsistent at best, and it's a great fit to bring up a young up-and-comer out there from the minors to see if they can't get him back in play. They just signed him. He was from the Cubs. He chose to go to free agency at the end of last season, and he's a late pickup by these Reds. Anytime we see these guys that come in to fill out some roster spots, especially during those dog days of summer, are huge opportunities to get in there. So I haven't seen a price on him yet, but I'll give you the next official spot that I'm looking at. I'm going over to Baltimore. We're going to take a look at these Orioles here. And again, hot, steamy team that needs to come out there and collect some W's. They've been a little bit inconsistent. They got these Cubs rolling out there with Jameson, Tyon. I'm looking at good old Gundog. He's in the top spot. He's a guy that I want to go pick on in this case here. Man, my computer's laggy here now that I've been flipping through these lineups.
Hey,
Gunner, Gundog Henderson, plus 150. Guy has had a bat that has been a heat-seeking missile right now. 2+ bases in 3 of his last 4 games. He's generated 3 extra base hits over that time. He's got a 452 batting average his last 30 days, a 355 ISO specifically against righties. And what do we know about Jameson, Taiwan on 22nd in barrels in Major League Baseball against steamy conditions. I like Ryan Orn. I didn't fall for the Mountcastle spot. Mountcastle's bat has been cold as fuck. Don't want to get involved in that, but I am looking here, and I do like me some Gunnar Henderson plus 150. I thought about parlaying it with Ryan Orn plus 155, but ultimately, give me Gundog, man. The guy's been firing bullets right now, plus 150 to keep this card rolling for us. Pissed about this France game. Didn't need to see that 2 seconds before I jumped on here. Let's go over to Minnesota. How about this Minnesota Twins team? I think these boys, we talked about this several times I've been on the show. Whatever they do it in bunches. They either all set up in a line to suck a big you-know-what, or they go out there and they pound a lot of ass. It don't make a difference. They're either pounding or sucking, but they're doing it consistently, and they do it in a big group, Sharpie. And I think we got to look at this team here. Number one, how about this? I believe in the blow mode effect, especially in hockey. When you see a team go out there and score a shit ton of goals, they typically fall off the radar that next game. Not the Minnesota Twins. They are the best team in baseball when they score 6 or more runs. The following game, they back that shit up, and that's what I'm talking about, the bunches. But let's look at this 4 spot, at least projected lineup, now that yours are out and mine are not. Eric Fetty. Look at this team here. I got the White Sox tonight in an 0-29 spot. 0-29 for this White Sox team, specific to the White Sox, sucking that big D. And Jose Miranda has not been performing as of late. Now, he's a streaky cluster guy as well. 2 on, 2 off. 2 on, 3 off. 3 on, 2 off. He's on the 2 off situation right now. He's got a hit in 10 of his last 10 games. So he's seeing the ball. He just isn't generating the runs. And we know this team can. Also of note, Carlos Correa in the 2 spot, at least projected 2 spot. No success or experience against Fetty, nor does Jose Miranda. However, Carlos Correa's got hits in 9 of 10 games. Why is that important? Because you can't drive them home if they're not on the base unless you go just jack it out of the park out there. Jose Miranda, streaky as fuck. Carlos Correa, getting it done, 9 of 10. 10 of 10 for Jose Miranda for me, plus 150 again. The Jose Miranda RBI of the day spot, I think, for these boys out there. So, Gunner.
Was it plus 210?
Plus 150.
150 for Jose?
Jose Miranda?
Yeah, did you see the stat that popped up on that kid?
No.
Jose Miranda, the first guy since 1952 to have 12 straight hits and 12 straight at-bats.
Yeah, he's fucking killing it, man.
What the fuck, bro? Do you have a hit in 12 straight? Not a walk, not a pop-out? No, a hit. That is absurd, bro.
These are just averages, right? I mean, you got a guy that's got that kind of number going on, and he's found a way to fall off the RBI radar the last 2 games, and they've been scoring a bunch of runs. Yesterday was extra innings, 8-6
He's in the
final.
projected 4-hole, bro. And he's not a power hitter, but they're like, we'll have guys on, and you'll get us in. We'll have guys on, and you'll get us in.
Yeah!
Did we tie it?
Spain ties it up, baby. Let's go. Dash that first half. Spain to score 150. Let's go.
I just have the draw. So, dear Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Ties will come. Yeah.
Let's go.
Ties will come on heaven, on earth, like there is. Yeah. Okay.
I know we're here to talk hits. I know we're here to talk strikes. But listen, I'm trying to strike the bookie. I'm going to go. I pulled a replacement in. I went to the old archives here. I had to dig deep because I was on Blackman. I wanted me some Blackman action. I'll tell you what, all the suckers out there, Sharpie, on this Atlanta team. Oh, they changed from Chris Sale. I better not take the Braves. Suckers, we got a minus 115 when that first pitch went off there on that Atlanta Braves team. That was a 5-4 final. I get that. But tons of live betting under opportunities, 11.5, 12.5. Man, don't fall for them knee-jerk line movement reactions. But I do got to fall for this guy. Player fan of mine here. I'm looking at, first of all, trying to fade away on Zach Allen. Now, maybe you'll tell me this is a Zach Allen bounce-back day. You know, previous June 29th, 7 Ks on 5.5 projected, or on 5.5 line. But his last game, the 4th of July game, struggling. 4 Ks on 5.5 line. Not going to go out there and be victorious. But when I look at Albies and I look at his capabilities and his pricing right now, these are the things that I want to try to strike on here. Plus 185. This Atlanta bat team started off the season, a little sluggish. Things weren't going the direction that they needed them to. That kind of has fallen by the wayside now. We've seen Riley heating up. We've seen Ozuna heating up. We're even seeing Arcia get some opportunities out there. But here comes Albies, priced like a gem. And simply, I think at the end of it, it has a lot to do with his last 2 performances. And I think this is overreaction. He's been graded as 1.5 total bases pretty much the entire fucking season. Smashed it over that stretch between the 4th of July and that series specifically against Philly. Last 2 games doesn't get there. But we look at the RBI market here and we see that he's only got 1 one game without an RBI in 3 of his last 4 outgoes out there. I think this is an opportunity. This guy has been electric, and they priced him at plus 185. I don't understand it. He was my last-minute fill-in because I did want Blackman and 285, but now that he's out of that lineup, a team that struggles in Colorado to score gets shut out. I feel like bounces back, but I will bounce back, and we will fill that gap with Albies at plus 185 for this Atlanta Braves team to round us out at the end of the night. I do think Atlanta gets it done again. No surprise. We got Sale. Now, I don't like the Sale rotation change. I'm eager to hear what you have to say about how that's going to play.
That's
play
normal, dude. Look, this Chris Sale has been pitching on 6 or 7 days rest all year long. This is nothing. This guy hasn't been. 5 days rest would have been a problem. Nope. They have been making sure he will be healthy in the playoffs. And you can go back. I'll have to find out what date. But I told you back then, plus 3,000 on Cy Young for Chris Sale was stupid and to grab some. I told you again at 2,000. Okay, and everybody's just sitting there like, oh, Shota. How about halfway through the year? Who's the NL Cy Young right now, guys? Chris fucking Sale.
Does Spain score again?
I don't know, bro, but
they did score again.
Stop telling me that. There goes my parlay.
Oh, sorry, Sharpie. Sorry, boys. Listen,
Good.
man, I have been cashing and slashing these bookie throats for the last fucking week and a half. Since we moved into July 1st, it has been exceptional. And I want to keep it running, man. It's been a lot of fun. Winning's a lot of fun, but I mean, we're talking some serious money's been rolling across the old pike here the last couple of days, Sharpie. I think today's a good day for that as well. I see my guy Justin McKelvey says, Kunta Maeda, taking the bump out there with Detroit. I like them Cleveland boys. And if you look at those RBIs, they are priced at minus 110s, plus 110s. Kunta's getting touched tonight. They're going to flick that little bean like he is.
Did you see what Kong's clip said, bro?
Yeah, I saw that.
That shit made me laugh so hard because you did, and I didn't catch it until I seen it in the chat. I was like, oh, no diddy, bro. No diddy. Well, bro, I appreciate you as always, my guy. Tell them where they can find you, what you got going on. And next Tuesday is the All-Star break, so there will be no show.
We are going to do a little home run derby again. I think, Sharpie, that was a lot of fun last year. I think it was you and me doing it on the big channel there, the
old stepfather channel.
Yeah, no more. We're going to do it, so you are certainly welcome. I hope you come hang out if you can spare the time. I know you're a busy man, so it'd be fun, though. We made a lot of money last year doing that thing. We're going to run it back this year, and
literally, we did, though, bro. Being able to pick the matchups and then just betting matchup by matchup, getting stupid prices on people because the guy before just hit 35. Like, okay, can he do it again? He's right. Now you're giving me plus 170 on Vladdy versus a Rosarena.
It was so funny because remember we were shit talking. Everyone was like trying to get the big long shot, and they stopped. They didn't want to play it. It was like, man. We were hitting every single matchup. We were just dominant. It was just the domino effect.
It was fun, bro. Having super plus money on everybody in the end too. Just sitting there like, yeah, why didn't you just wait till they went down?
No matter who wins at that point, we had them right where we wanted them. So that's gonna be big on Monday. But we have a ton of things rolling around the pike this week. Sports money, you guys. We got the Wednesday UFC. We're gonna do First Strike. We'll break down our favorite fights for the card to get you guys paid. We came off a sweep 4-0. Big stuff heading out there. We're going to have a huge live stream on Saturday. UFC's back in action. Tons of things to bet on. And then Sunday, we'll have the championship for the Euro 2024. So we don't discriminate. We don't hate. We try to get our money. It's green. It don't matter where it comes from, Sharpie. I hope we get that green here with these ribeyes. And we'll see you guys real soon, man. Appreciate you, Sharpie.
Megalodon, the size of really 2 school buses. Are they extinct? Are they extinct?
That's the big question.
What's the new evidence now? A satellite photo near Sao Paulo. When you compare them next to the first photo, I'd say that's a 70-foot shark.
Appreciate you guys all for tuning in. If you haven't already, smash that like button. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button as well. We just finished talking hitting props and Mike dipped out. I have already covered Bobby Miller and how I'm on his outs over 15.5 at plus money. And then I'm going to talk some Nick Lodolo, but I also want to refresh the weather right now in that game and check it and make sure, because it's also showing me that it's getting worse. As it says, tornado watch is in effect, bro. Híjole chingalo. I was like, bro, my whole weather map is obliterated red right now. And that's not till tonight, though. So when is this? Severe weather watch is in effect. Prepare to take shelter if necessary. So they're in a legit tornado watch right now. No mames way, guys. But there does show rain in this game. It really shows only like 16 to 24% until about 9 p.m. And then it's gonna dump. But that means they should be able to get the game in. But then again, if they're underneath tornado weather, they may not even play, guys. So take that for what it is. I'm not a weatherman, but I just pulled up the Weather Channel and it showed some big old red shit. Let me tell you. Nick Lodolo, guys, versus the Rockies, striking people out this year 25% of the time, while walking people 6.5%. Morning line was 7.5 minus 115 on MGM, where the best line available now is 6.5 minus 150 on FanDuel or 8 plus everywhere else at plus money. Pitching outs 15.5 minus 135 juice to the over, whereas earned runs are at a 1.5 minus 145 juice to the over. Now at a pick'em. Projected lineup is 7 righties and 2 lefties. Now, a lot of you guys who watch the show are going to be like, Sharpie, we got 2 different numbers. We've got 2 different numbers. And I get it, bro. That's either saying, yeah, he could land on dead 7, or this guy's just going to obliterate this lineup. And if he somehow falls on a banana peel, at least they got you to pay juice. Because some of these lines that are like this, they end up getting 3, 4, 5 more than what they actually were projected. And if this guy's not on a pitch count today, Nick Lodolo shatters 8 plus. All right, let's talk him. Nick Lodolo has a dream matchup with the Rockies. As we know, the Rockies are the Rockies. After yesterday, Abbott cast for Team Sharpie, and for the Titty Cappers, that's now 8 straight lefties to cash a K prop versus the Rockies. Not that I care about that, but Billy Briz told me about it, so I had to mention it. Now, I would have bet it this morning, guys, but we do have an issue we need to pay attention to. And his last game he pitched was June 23rd, where he went to the IL with a blister issue. Now, he did throw a side session last Wednesday, throwing 20 pitches to live hitters. Then he threw another side session 2 days ago and deemed himself ready to rock. And the Reds decided it wasn't long enough to send him out for a rehab game when you could just rehab versus the Rockies, who are one of the few minor league teams in the majors. Now, I don't think, guys, I can get to the over 6.5, let alone 7.5, because I think he's on a pitch count, guys, as he hasn't thrown in a game for more than 16 days. Now, last year, there was a gap where he went 9 days in between games, but he came out and threw 90 then, and I don't think he's capped at 90 today, because if he throws 90 pitches today, I think he gets 8, 9 in his sleep, guys, as they were projecting 3 lefties, and they did sit Blackman, who was really one of the only good contact hitting guys they have, and they put an even worse lineup in versus Lodolo. Now, I wouldn't think twice, guys, if he wasn't coming off of the IL, but this is a high number, guys, and I can't just get there to that. But this man has struck out lefties 30% compared to a solid 27% to righties. And they do have 2 lefties in the first 7 at bats, as well as their batting average against and on base are both 60% higher versus the right-handed side. And the slugging does go up 180 points versus righties. So the 2 power bats on this team, McMahon and Jones, maybe Doyle, maybe sometimes, but they're lefties, guys, and lefties don't hit this guy for power, guys. So I was looking at his earned runs under 1.5, but it was minus 145, and then it was minus 145 to the over. I was looking at plus 110 to the under, as they were giving me 1.5 to the first 5 under on the team total of the Rockies, because I'm like, I think he only goes 75 pitches. Why not take the better plus money? And then Couple hours later, I go look and recheck it back, guys, and it's straight up pick 'em now for his earned runs at 1.5. It's like minus 115 each way. And I would have to then go look at the first 5 under team total 1.5, as I don't expect them to get to this, man, guys. I have no bet in now. What I did tell Team Sharpie, and I'm actually looking for another thing to run it with, I'm waiting for a few more lineups, is over 2.5 strikeouts on Prize Picks if you have Prize Picks. First 2 innings for Nick Lodolo. Nick Lodolo is like Chris Sale, has one of the most awkward deliveries in baseball. First time seeing this man is 10 times the advantage Nick Lodolo. Andrew Abbott is a fucking bum compared to Lodolo, and Andrew Abbott had himself a day yesterday, guys. So I like the over 2.5 first 2 innings on Prize Picks. That means I don't got to worry about his strikeout. I mean, I don't got to worry about his innings. I don't got to, no, it's the Rockies versus a lefty, and this is a really good lefty. So I like Prize Picks play right there, and I'm going to probably look to maybe run them with a gallon or some other few things that we're going to talk about. But let's get into an under that I want to talk about. But before we get to the under, we got to hit the damn music. Do me a favor, guys. If you like what you're hearing, smash that like button. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button as well. Next guy on the board, Roansy Contreras. You're like, huh? Roansy. Yeah, if y'all been watching this show since it very first started 3 years back, y'all know about my boy Wild Thing. And he gets the Rangers, guys, where he's striking people out this year 20.5% of the time while walking people at an 11.5% clip. Morning line was 3.5 plus 120 to the over, and the best line available to that 3.5 now is plus 128 on FanDuel. Pitching outs are not available, as they have been stretching him out to work to a starter, so he should be roughly around 75 pitches today if he can handle it. Earned runs are at a 2.5 minus 130 juice to the over. Projected lineup is 6 lefties, 3 righties, and that's exactly what I want. Y'all probably like, who the fuck is this guy? But if, like I said, if you've watched this show, this was one of my guys a few years back. Now, I did call him Wild Thing then, and I had to just give up on him, guys, as fuck. This guy is a head case, as you can tell by his 11.5% walk rate, and it's his career 10.5% walk rate. But I have now started betting unders, guys, and if this wasn't a spot to beat up on Roansy, then shit, I don't know what is. And no, it's not because the Rangers' numbers are good, because they're not. They're not hitting. They're not walking, but at least they're only striking out 21% of the time. And if we get this projected lineup, guys, I want the under, and it's simple. We have 6 projected lefties in this lineup. And this year, guys, and his career, he has nothing higher than a 15.5% strikeout rate versus the left-handed side. Now, it does go up to a solid 25.5% versus righties, but Simeon at the top of the lineup is one of the 3 righties projected, and he's only struck out 13.5% of his at-bats this season. Now, I do wish the Rangers were walking, as this guy has mass control issues and is pretty much a 2-pitch pitcher, as he throws fastball, slider, sweeper more than 80% of the time. And you know who else throws fastball, slider 80-something% of the time? But he actually has a K percentage of 25% or better versus lefties. And he isn't a bum named Roansy? How about Dylan Cease, guys? And Cease just seen these Rangers who were not hitting, and he got clobbered. He went 3.2 innings, gave up 6 runs, and struck out 5. So I bet the Rangers team total over 2.5, first 5, or do I take his strikeouts under 3.5, guys, and hook it to Lodolo 5, guys, and get the juice damn near to even money? As I'm gonna need to see lineups, guys, and I can get close to, if I can get close to what they ran versus Cease, as Seager wasn't even in that lineup, guys. I may just take the over or the earn runs, guys, as going back to last year, you don't want to be a 2-pitch pitcher to this Rangers team. They're too damn good to lock in on 1 pitch. Now, they haven't been the same fastball hitting team as last year, but the other day versus Cease, they sure reminded me, you, and anyone who watched, You just can't be a 2-pitch pitcher versus this team. And you got to take that into account, guys. And I did when I ran Shane Bies versus them, who only ended with 5. Maybe he had 6 that day, but he has 3 to 4 different pitches that he will throw to each side in strikeout counts. So if you're only going to throw a slider and a fastball like Ronesy's going to do, it shows the strikeouts can be there. But I also need to look at and just be like, trust yourself, Sharpie. Don't be cute. If they give me 6 lefties, I've got to go under, guys. This isn't Dylan Cease where he got 5 while getting lit up. Dylan Cease can strike out lefties. This guy has shown throughout his career he cannot strike out lefties, but 15% of the time, guys. So I think Roansy Contreras is in for a long day, even though the Rangers have not been hitting. Now let's get to the pitching matchup of the day, as we're going to talk Chris Sale and Zach Gallen. Chris Sale is striking people out 32.5% of the time, while walking people just 5% on the year. Morning line was 6.5 minus 146 on FanDuel. You can now get minus 142 on FanDuel to that 6.5. Pitching outs are 18.5 minus 190 juice to the under. Earned runs are at a 2.5 minus 175 juice to the under. Where this projected lineup is not the lineup we're getting, and if they do, kiss the fuck out of these 6.5, guys, because it's moving before you can bet it. And I don't think we get that lineup. I think this is horse shit. These projected lineups sometimes are just asinine, guys. But thank God I make lineups every day. And Sale was supposed to pitch yesterday. I've got the lineup that was projected yesterday. And that's the lineup I think we get today, guys. So we'll get to that. It's Chris Sale day, guys, and it's hard to do anything at the moment. As yesterday was going to start, and he had a projected lineup of 8 righties and 1 lefty, with Corbin Carroll being the lefty. Now they're showing that they're going to send 3 lefties out versus one of the best lefties. I just can't believe that shit, guys, that the Diamondbacks are just going to do that. And if they do, they need to be bent over backwards and taken advantage of on this last Christopher Allen Sale day before the All-Star break. As Skeens or no Skeens, guys, this man should be the NL starter, as he has turned back the clock and become that fucking dude again. I've always been a big Chris Sale guy, but now I don't look like a cuck, guys. When I told you guys back at the beginning of the year, I believe about May, get you some Chris Sale Cy Young at plus 3,000. So I've got some in my pocket. Hope you were able to get you some, because you ain't getting no plus 3,000 no more. Now, if they do run 3 lefties, guys, it's straight over. Don't even think about it. Now, thanks to me doing the lineups daily, I have the lineups from yesterday already drawn out, so I'm ready to fire. I just want the best juice available, guys, and I don't think we get 3 lefties. As in the projected lineup that I believe we get Marte, Perdomo, Gurriel, Walker, Grichuk, Suarez, Carroll, Newman, and Perdomo in that order, and that was yesterday's projected lineup, not today's. But we have 7 guys with at least 4 at-bats upwards to 22 that have seen Chris Sale, and they're striking out 26.5% of the time. Now, I don't like taking in less than 7 unless it's shit like Eugenio Suarez, who of this team has struck out 5 of his 7 at-bats. Then you would be a cuck to ignore it. And if we take in the guys with 7 at-bats or more versus Sale, guys, we're down to just 4 guys. Marte, who don't strike out to him, just 2 of his 12 at-bats, as well as Grichuk only striking out 4 of his 21. It's Suarez who has struck out 5 of his 7, and Gurriel who has struck out 7 of 22. So past history says 2 guys are not striking out, and we can get 3 strikeouts on those other 2 guys. So can we get 4 from the others? That's if Gurriel and Suarez are in the lineup. And then if they are, guys, I don't see why not. As Sale has done his damage this year versus teams who don't swing in the zone, who take pitches. As Sale is in the zone 4% more than league average, as well as throws first pitch strikes 6% better than league average. And what this is saying, guys, is if you don't want to go down in the count to Chris Sale, is if he gets you to 2 strikes, anywhere from 0-2 to 2-2, he is striking them out 50% of the time. Where it gets to a full count, he's only striking them out 36% of the time. So let's go check the teams who don't swing in the zone, aka teams who take pitches. And he's faced 5 teams in the top 10 this year that take pitches, that do not swing in the zone. He had 7 or more in every start. 8 versus the Yankees, 9 versus the Padres, 10 versus the Nationals, 9 versus the Giants, 7 versus the Rays, 8 versus Pittsburgh. So you're probably like, well, he played Arizona, Sharpie. Yeah, he did. But they're not in the top 10 in zone swing percentage, guys. So you're like, well, then what the hell are you talking about? Why'd you just read me off all that? Well, let me talk to you. We go batter by batter, fellas, in these parts. And we have 6 guys who don't swing at the first pitch. We have 6 guys who don't swing at pitches in the zone, as well as 8 guys in this projected lineup as of the yesterday projected lineup who don't swing at the first pitch. So, yeah, give me some Chris Sale if this is the lineup you're going to send out. If you're really going to send out 3 lefties too, it's over as well. Now, I don't want to see a freaking trashed up, no Suarez, no Gurriel, and a bunch of freaking contact hitting dudes in. Then I might just leave it alone. But if you give me guys who are going to take first pitch, as well as not swing at pitches in a zone, that is a recipe for disaster. Not giving a damn what team you are, not giving a damn how good your chase contact is, as he's done it to some teams who don't strike out in the Padres, in the Giants, in the Yankees, in the Yankees. But you know what? You're getting to my point, guys. Teams that take pitches and make you work, this is where Sale does his damage, guys. So this may be a ladder type spot. This could be super, super damaging as, Marte probably doesn't strike out. And there's another guy in here, Newman, probably doesn't strike out. But that's the one hole in the projected 8 hole, guys. Everybody else he's got action at, in my opinion. So let me see the lineups, and I will be looking to fire on Chris Sale. Now let's talk the other side of this matchup, because we got Zach Gallen, and we know how bad the Braves have been. And Zach Gallen's been striking people out 26% of the time while walking people 7% on the year. Morning line was 6 plus minus 170 on DraftKings, 7 plus at plus 122 on FanDuel. And to the best line available now, it is 6 plus is the minus 175 on DraftKings, where it's straight even money now to that 7 plus on FanDuel. And I believe everything's going to that 7 plus, guys, as it should be, or I just don't understand, because then we know something's up here, guys, as we don't need to see books not together. We need to see the books together after the lineups come out, or else something's fishy's up, guys. And that fishy to me would be Zach Gallen comes out and pitches to contact, and I would not be surprised, but we will see what they do with this line when the lines come out. His outs right now, 17.5, minus 160 juice to the over, whereas earned runs are at a 2.5, minus 140 juice to the under. Projected lineup is 5 righties and 4 lefties. Gallen, guys, gets the Braves, who over the last 15 days versus right-handed pitching, they're walking league average, striking out near 28% of the time with a bottom 10 isolated power. So we go look and see who they've seen. Aaron Nola had a great past history versus them. He went 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Skeens went 6 innings, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts. And that's who they've seen that I would bet on. Now, Logan Webb went 7 innings, 6 strikeouts. Ronaldo Lopez went 6 innings with 6 strikeouts. And Lance Lynn went 6.1 innings with 5 strikeouts. So the good strikeout guys, the good pitchers, and Fat Lance all went 6 innings or more versus the Braves in the last 15 days. And that's the way, guys, I got to look at backing this man today, as his outs are, yes, juiced at minus 160 to the 17.5 to the over. But we can expect this guy to be at his normal pitch count, as he's had 2 games since coming off the IL, 77 and 85 pitches. So we can expect a normal workload from him. And I put nothing into him getting whooped on by the Dodgers, guys. The Dodgers have gotten to him more often than not. It is what it is. That's baseball. Now we get a super juice 5.5 or a 6.5 with plus money. Excuse me. Allergies out here in Tennessee, man. They're gnarly. And I just really want to see if this will move to a straight 6.5, where I think this should go to, as the Braves' K percentage baked into his win percentage, it does equate to a super juiced 5.5 like it is, or move it up to the 6.5. So there's really nothing foul there, but there's something that we've tended to notice what's going on. So we do have to pay attention to when the lineups come out. Now, other than that, that is being a red flag that we do need to watch for when the lineups come out. This is a fucking great spot for Zach Gallen, in my opinion, as he's had some bad matchups when we look at his strikeouts, at least per his strikeouts. As he's had 2 games in his last 10 where he should have went out and did the damn thing, and he only had 3 versus Seattle in 5 innings, and then 10 versus the A's in 6 innings on 77 pitches. And the Brave, like the A's guys and the Mariners, are bottom 4 in zone contact, as well as being bottom 4 in whiff percentage, will also be in all bottom 6 in chase contact. Oh, he also seen the Rockies 12 games ago that fit under all 3 of those categories, where he had a 10-piece, guys. So I get what the books are seeing, as this is showing this can be a monster day for Gallen. As not just all that was just mentioned, we have Zach Gallen at home, where this year he's only 2.5% better at striking people out, yet he is 3.5% better throughout his career, and he was 8% better last year when at home. So all in all, guys, his strikeouts go up when he's at home, whether it be comfortability or 30,000 tonight, 40,000 with Sale there. People screaming for death when you get to the 2-strike count. Either which way, guys, it's something that has come to fruition with this man. He strikes people out better at home. So if it says play, guys, I've got to look to play it. But do I? Do I got to look to play it? I don't know if they keep it at a 5.5 and a 6.5. That to me tells me I need to stick with my original read on this. Everybody and their mother has gone 6 innings or more versus the Braves the last 15 days, whether it be Fat Lance, solid pitchers, or aces. And is Zach Gallen an ace? Yes. Yes, he's a fucking ace. So I may look to take a dart throw on his 9-10 plus, and then take his outs over as well. As yes, it's juice, so I'll look to probably pull it down with someone strikeouts, maybe Lodolo at 5+, and I think when I was looking at that, it was like -125, and I'm okay with something like that. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna back Zach Gallen. I'm gonna back Chris Sale. I need the lineups to see how I get there on both of them. But yeah, I think this is just good matchups for both of them. Like I said, it's almost spots where you get the goosebumps for. So yeah, I want to fade Roansy Contreras today. I'm going back and forth on, do I just take the Rangers team total under? Do I take the strikeouts under? I hate fading pitchers. That's like the worst thing in the world to me, guys. Because anybody could have a good day. And when you have a good day on my dollar, I feel like the biggest cuck in the world. But it is what it is. I know you can't win them all. I get that, guys. But it's very frustrating when you do hours of work and you're on an under and this guy freaking cooks you and slits your throat in 2 innings. Like, oh, yeah, I'm fucking great. Oh, yeah, I'm betting under again, you dumb cuck. But I really think it's under strikeouts and he gets pounded. So I may just go half unit each way, but Roansy needs to get clacked today if they run 6 lefties. It's just not good for his strikeouts. I am on Bobby Miller's outs over 15.5 at +130. I think this is a good get-right spot for him, guys. Yes, I know Harper and Schwarber are back. They are coming off the ILs, 10 days off. Haven't seen real pitching in 10 days. I expect their bats to be a little behind, guys. Now, can I, and we got my ground ball pitcher on a couple days extra rest in a ground ball park. Sign me up, por favor. Appreciate you guys all for tuning in, guys. As if you're looking for a good prize picks piece, I think Nick Lodolo over 2.5 first 2 innings, strikeouts that is. As I think he's on a pitch count today, guys. He hasn't pitched in 16 days. I am a little worried if he is not on a pitch count. he gets 9 strikeouts in his sleep through 6 innings. Can he get 7 or 8? Because I believe it's moved to 8 on a lot of books. Can he get 7 or 8 through 5 innings? Yes. But, if he's really on a pitch count, do you really want to bet that type of number? So I will be looking to pull him down to get juice down today with things. As like I said, like if I bet Contreras is under on his strikeouts, I'll throw freaking Lodolo 5 on that because I think he gets 5 in his sleep. As that's just 1 per inning, even if on a pitch count. And Abbott can get 1 per inning on a pitch count. So, yeah, you get to what I'm saying, guys. I get it if you're on the over. I'm just explaining why I stayed off. So, may God stay with us all, guys, and just help us keep stacking the bankroll, bro. That's all. That's it, bro. Like, the bad days for me have been less than a half unit. It's been more juice than that, and if those are my bad days, so be it. I'll take it, guys. At the end of the day, you can't win every single freaking one, but dude, I haven't had a day where I knock on wood, man, where I lost a unit or more, actually more than a half unit. Coming up on over a month right now. Like it's been solid, guys. So just stick to your guns, guys. Sometimes you need to take a break, take a day off, take 2 days off sometimes. Just mentally don't look at something. But when you're locked in, you're locked in. And right now I'm locked in. So let's just keep it rolling and keep it going. Until next time, I'm Sharpie's Bets. You can catch